Good evening and welcome to DTV. My name is Car Driver. Today we'll be covering a variety of stories going on in the car industry, from old cars saying goodbye to new cars not even having a chance to say hello. Our first story involves a quirky little three-door car called the Hyundai Velociraptor N. Sadly, the curtain is coming down for this trim level this year, as last year the base Velociraptor was put out of its misery. Now, if you're still looking for another crappy three-door car for you and your 1.5 children, you still have a few options. These include the Fiat 500, Mini Cooper, Smart for 2, and the Toyota Yaris. GM has announced that there are still over 95,000 vehicles sitting around because of a chip shortage. Many believe that these cars and trucks may never see a dealership. Well, can they really blame the chips? I bet half of them mechanically don't even start, and the other half will just need to be towed to the nearest mechanic after purchase anyway, so I say let them rot. Chevy recently announced that they teamed up with the artist Zulu, who created a new NFT artwork to be auctioned off as a one-of-one for a new Corvette C8 Z06 equipped with a Z07 body kit. Sadly, or maybe not sadly, the NFT auction was a failure. Not a single bidder stepped forward. The catch here is the car itself doesn't even exist yet. Chevy was going to build it based on the artwork, but since they didn't sell it, at this time, there is no plan to bring this special C8 to market. Now, this puts a big damper on my plans as I teamed up with Toyota to do my own NFT of a special edition Supra. I will need to shelf this masterpiece until all this blows over. Now, in happier motoring news, the Goodwood Festival of Speed was this weekend. Many drivers and their machines were anxious to hit the hill climb in an attempt to set a brand new record. Now, in an upsetting turn of events, at least for petrol heads, quite a few EVs were out strutting their electrical stuff. Lucid Motors brought their Air sedan, a 1,000 horsepower, 5-seater all-wheel drive with a trunk, which was crowned the fastest production car with a time of 50.79 seconds. There wasn't as much fanfare with everyone clinging onto the normal car dream. Now look, I understand. Change is hard. Just ask the disposable camera, VHS, CD players, MP3 players, flip phones, GPS units, calculators, and oh, the Rolodex. Anyway, I want to shift the spotlight to a different time. March 24, 1898 to be exact. This is the day of the first recorded sale of a gas-powered automobile by Alexander Winton. Alexander was a bicycle maker and dreamed of creating something that would eventually be self-propelled. 1898 was also a time period where man's most favorite transportation still existed. Today's special guest is brought to us by the wonderful people of the DTV technology team. With all the talk about EVs versus ICE, it has brought along with it the difficulties of change. In order to really understand the mindset of this pushback, we have to pull an example from history as close as we can to what is happening today. With that said, my production team was able to procure a time travel machine. This will allow us to interview someone with a deep understanding of the horse versus car dilemma from back in the 1800s. Let us bring our guest to the future now, shall we?
What in tarnation? Where the hell am I? This ain't Kansas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my guest for this evening, Roy Horsemanson.
Who in the holy hell are you, son? You better tell me what in the blazes is going on
Roy,
here.
you are currently in the year 2022. And this may be a shock to you, but we have the technology to bring you to our time just to have a little chat.
Boy, are you crazy?
So how did you feel when you saw your first
My first what?
your first car? Automobile. You know, it's like a carriage that moves on its own.
Oh, I remember that devil-spawned magic contraption. It smelled of an odor so foul, I wished upon its destruction.
Well, have I got something to tell you? Cars are pretty much everywhere. I mean, if you want to go a long distance, you kind of need a car.
Cars will never replace horses. They have no spirit.
Okay, I can't argue with that, but as cities get bigger and distance gets longer, horses become harder to deal with. Feeding them, cleaning them, and keeping them.
This is the issue with you city slickers. You think everything is all easy. Well, let me tell you, son, you gotta work. You ain't never gonna get some machine to do all your work for you. You gotta put your back into it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they use other machines, like your guns, the carriage that's connected to your horses, water wells, electricity, bicycle. These are all types of machines.
Well, it's the devil's work. I say a man don't need none of that.
Don't you think that humanity needs to continue to evolve and change the way we live? I mean, the future is always coming, and you can't really stop it.
No one tells Roy Horsemanson what he can and cannot do.
Calm down, Roy.
I'm about to show you the devil's work.
Oh my God, he's got a... Thank you for watching this episode of DTV News. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so we can get the news straight to you as fast as possible. And remember, drive safe out there.